I wake up feeling warm, comfortable even. The kind of comfort that makes you want to sink deeper into the sheets and steal just 5 more minutes. Then I open my eyes. The first thing I see is the unfamiliar ceiling and the bed too stiff, nothing like my one back home. Then, finally, the sound of slow, steady breathing. That's when I remember. I'm in a shared room with a guy, and not just any guy. I turn my head slightly, trying to be subtle. Alex is still asleep, lying on his back, dark hair a mess against his pillow. His features are sharp even when he's relaxed, his expression calm, almost serene. Nothing like the sharp-tongued, cigarette-smoking asshole he was last night. For a second, just a second, I let myself stare. Then I snap out of it, scowling at myself. No, Dana. Nope. We are not doing this. Silently, I slip out of bed, tiptoeing across the room to grab my clothes. The last thing I need is him waking up and throwing some smart-ass comment. I gather my things and head straight to the bathroom. The bathroom is small, barely enough space to move without bumping into something. But what really annoys me is the sink half of it is covered in Alex's things. Razors, cologne, some expensive-looking skincare bottles. I didn't even know guys used this much stuff. I expected a toothbrush, maybe a bottle of shampoo, but this? It's like he's secretly running a salon in here. I shove my own toiletries into the tiny remaining space, scowling as one of his bottles nearly tips over. Why does he get to act like the rudest male I've ever met and still have the audacity to own better skincare than me? This living situation is already a nightmare. I splash cold water on my face, trying to wake up. Last night was hell. Between unpacking and arguing, I barely got any sleep. Not to mention that I'm working a morning shift today, which means dealing with people I don't have energy for. I change quickly, slipping into my work uniform, a beige button-up, fitted just enough to hint at curves, tucked into a brown skirt that hugs my waist before ending mid-thigh. I roll up my sleeves and pull my hair into a loose ponytail, letting a few strands frame my face. I swipe on my usual lipstick that makes me feel a little less exhausted and a little more put together. Once I'm done, I take a deep breath and brace myself before stepping back into the room. Alex fucking asshole is still asleep. Good. I move quietly, gathering my sketchbook and bag. I just need to get out of here before a groggy voice cuts through the silence. Do you have to be so damn loud? I freeze. His voice cuts through the silence, thick with sleep. I glance over, and there he is, half awake, dark eyes blinking at me, still lying on his back. His messy hair is in that perfect, disheveled state that somehow makes him look better than anyone should at this hour. I hate that I notice. Dana, focus. The early light drips through the blinds, painting stripes across his face. His eyes blink open, dark, heavy-lidded, still swimming in sleep. For a moment, they don't recognize me. Then focus slides back into place, sharp and deliberate. I curve my lips into a smile that feels rehearsed, all sugar and no sincerity. Good morning, sunshine. He groans, voice deep and rough, the kind that vibrates through the air more than it speaks. With a lazy motion, he rolls onto his side, face sinking into the pillow. Kill me, he mumbles, half drowned in exhaustion. I laugh under my breath, more out of habit than amusement, and swing my bag over my shoulder. Gladly. Even as I move toward the door, it's there, the pull of him, quiet but insistent, tugging at the edges of my calm. And I hate that I feel it. He's still half asleep, but something about his presence makes my skin prickle, like I can't quite get away from him, even when we're barely speaking. I called my mom. My shift passes without disaster. No spilt drinks, no rude customers, just the usual exhaustion that comes with pretending to be a functional human at 8 in the morning. And class is fine too. Just one today, which means I get to head back early and hopefully study in peace. I sigh. And if the universe is feeling particularly kind, Alex won't be there. I inhale deeply. Are you sure you should continue staying with him, Dana? My mother asks softly. I don't even hesitate. Yes. If he pulls something again, he can kiss the idea of having children goodbye. I'm going straight for his family jewels. I can practically hear her trying not to laugh. Dana, you're incorrigible. Well, maybe he needs a reminder of why I'm not one to mess with. She sighs softly. Just take care of yourself, okay? Her tone was sweet and serious at the same time. I will, Mama. I promise. Are you taking your medicines on time? Her voice falters for just a second. I am. I need to go now, though. Something about blood tests, she says, trying to sound cheerful, but I catch the tremor in her words. I fight back the sharp pang of worry that rises in my chest, the familiar knot in my stomach that tightens every time I think about how sick she really is. I'm glad, I say instead, forcing a smile into my voice. Take care of yourself, okay? I will, sweetheart. I'm always fine. I bite my lip, not wanting to call her out on her lie. Good. I'll check in later. I hear her say goodbye, and then the line goes dead. I step out of the building, the late afternoon sun warming my skin as I exhale a long, relieved breath. Today's class was exactly what I needed. I've always been glad I chose graphic design. It's more than just a career path for me. It's my thing. I could lose myself in it for hours, creating things that speak to people, even if they don't realize it. The thought of spending some quiet time studying fills me with excitement. Maybe I'll even get a head start on the project due next week. But as I'm about to walk down the steps, I hear my name. Dana! I turn, slightly startled, and find a guy walking toward me. Tall, with perfectly tousled dark hair that falls just above his brows. He's wearing a light jacket and jeans, his build lean but athletic. There's an effortless confidence in the way he carries himself, a charm that drips off him with every step. He flashes a grin as he gets closer, and I can't help but notice. He's good-looking, no doubt, but there's something off about it. I don't know what it is. Maybe that huge, creepy smile in his face or his dressing sense. Either way, it doesn't hit me like it did with Alex. Alex? I did not just think that. I almost mentally slapped myself. Why the hell am I even thinking about Alex right now? He definitely has better lips, though. Dana, stop. I glance back at the guy, forcing a polite smile, and he stops right in front of me, still grinning like he knows he's got my attention. Hey, I saw you in class earlier, he says smoothly, his voice deep but warm. You're Dana, right? I nod, keeping my tone casual, though there's a slight unease bubbling up. Yeah, that's me. He takes a step closer, the confidence in his posture unshaken. I'm Sebastian. We should grab coffee sometime. You know, brainstorm ideas for the project, unless you're not into that kind of thing. I blink at him, my brain trying to process his forwardness. This guy definitely has a weird energy, but it's wrapped up in a package that tries way too hard. Nothing like the raw, unsettling intensity of Alex. Not to mention that Alex is thankfully not as creepy. Except that he is worse, I remind myself. Something about Alex screams at me, a challenge, a force I'm not ready to face but can't look away from. His darkness, the sharp edge of his wit. It's magnetic, dangerous, and part of me is curious, wants to understand him. But I won't. Nada. Nope. I won't. I swallow the bitterness that rises in my throat. Why am I even thinking about him right now? I hate that I can't get him out of my head. Probably the exhaustion. I take a small step back, bringing myself back to the conversation. I'm actually pretty swamped today, so maybe some other time. But, thanks for the offer. Sebastian doesn't seem to get the hint. He smirks, leaning in a little too much, his eyes not leaving mine. Sure, but think about it, yeah? We'd make a good team. I force a smile, but the energy he's giving off feels wrong, like he's expecting me to bend to whatever he wants, to be charmed by him. I square my shoulders and take a step back, my voice polite but rushed. I'll be sure to think about it. Anyway, I've got to run 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝑢 Sebastian. His grin falters for a second, but then it's back, more controlled. See you, Dana. Don't be a stranger. I nod quickly, not giving him the satisfaction of a second glance. My heart's beating a little faster than normal as I walk away, the familiar unease settling into my stomach. I'm glad I didn't give in to his charm. But the vibe he's giving off? Not cool. Not cool at all. I do not have time for that.